and welcome back to our Save a Seat series here on Patreon. I'm your podcast host, Chloe, and we are continuing our Issue 8 Beauty series with one of our contributors, Stephanie. Thank you so much for joining me again. If you haven't listened to our episode on Spotify, make sure to check that out. We talked about her article, how it all came together, the pictures that were chosen, the inspiration for the piece. So that was really great. Make sure to listen to that. But we are going to get into the nitty-gritty here and dig a little bit deeper into the article. So Stephanie, thank you so much for joining me again.
Yeah, thanks. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, we're so glad to have you. We always love talking to our contributors about these pieces and giving our listeners kind of an inside look into how this all comes together, because that is one of our number one requests when we publish a new issue is how did this all happen? What are the behind the scenes of how this came together, how it was curated, how it was written, and people love hearing from our contributors. So we're so glad to have you on today. And we got into a little bit how the Fun of Getting Dressed got written, your inspiration for the piece, and I would love to dive a little bit more into your history, how you became a style coach, and what you want people to take away from your piece. So, how did you become a style coach initially?
Yeah, I will tell you. So my background is I have a background in philanthropy and politics and public policy, and I was an executive in a lot of settings, and I would often be in rooms with a lot of white men, and I would see women coming in for presentations or opportunities or just meet them in passing. And they would have great energy and great ideas and really great abilities. But their image, the way they presented themselves, really did not live up to their abilities and their ideas.
Yeah.
And because of that, they were discounted. They were diminished. They were pushed to the side. And really, I think a guy can walk into a room and nobody cares, right? He's wearing khaki pants and a white shirt and he's there.
Good.
There is a different standard for women, and we just have to acknowledge that. And what would drive me crazy is I wanted these smart women to be able to, what I would just always say is, oh my gosh, if I could just get my hands on her for a week and like help her pull it together, like she would be a superstar. And
Right.
I just always had, and I would walk into rooms all the time and just think, oh, if I just could just want to get in your closet and just fix it for you. And yeah, so during COVID, like a lot of people, I had the opportunity to rethink what I was going to do and decided that it was really time for me to step off on that journey. And it really is, for me, about helping women live into their power to be able to create their impact. Style is fun. Clothes are fun. I love it. I love jewelry. I love lipstick, all that stuff. But it's really about the impact that women can make. And we need more women out there making their impact. And what we know is that women are less confident about things. If you think about having women run for office, women think they need to have like the perfect resume and the perfect funding and everything lined up, where guys are like throwing their hat in the ring. They're like, I don't know, I'll do it, and we want to build that confidence up for women so they can run for office, so they can lead organizations, so they can create change. And so at COVID, I decided it was time to get my training and certification and start this business. And so I did, and it has just been the best, most fun adventure I've ever had in my life, I have to tell you. So
That is
yeah.
so wonderful. I'm really glad.
Thank
And
you.
it shows, like, just from the pictures alone in your article, it shows how excited you are to do this and to share it with other women and to show how confident you can be when a piece just works for you.
Yeah.
And I think this actually ties in really, really well with a piece that I wrote for issue 8 called Evolution of Secondhand, where we talk about how secondhand fashion can be so important, not only for, saving our environment and for throwing away less textiles, but we had somebody featured that tailors clothing and how a
Oh,
secondhand
yes.
piece, once it's tailored and it fits you and you know that it works for you, just how much confidence can come out of that. So I love that these pieces kind of do go hand in hand.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm a big believer in secondhand, vintage. I'm a
yes.
fan of all of that. I think once you understand, a big part of what I do is helping a woman understand what her style is, because most women don't know, right?
Yeah.
You're just like, I get dressed in the morning. I always say, nobody taught you how to get dressed. They taught you how to put your shoes on, how to put your pants on, but they really didn't teach you how to put an outfit together with polish for most people.
It's
And
true.
so, yeah, yeah. And so once you understand what your style is, you can just you can just run through a secondhand store and have the most fun shopping and pulling pieces and really finding those pieces that express your personality. But if
Mhm.
you don't know what your style is, it's really hard to pick pieces that work for you.